Celebrity Hub show right here on Mars TV. My name is Jifa Jerina, and also don't forget I'm wearing those two beautiful outfits from SL Clothing. Yes, you can locate them at Aplikuma. They are the sponsors for my outfit right here on Celebrity Hub, the 4th episode to be precise. And also not forgetting my beautiful makeup is by my one and only sister, and she's also the CEO, yes, of Ivy Green Photography. Yes, and they have a Ivy makeover as well. So in terms when it comes to pictures, be it adult, kids, wedding parties, programs, please, we have her numbers on the screen. You can also reach out to all social media handles, that is Ivy Green Photos as well. Thank you so much, Videk Beauty Glam, for my locks. Yes, my first locks is from them. So you just need to brush it and you are gone. To cut costs this 2025, women, let's all switch to Videk Beauty Parlor. Let's take a word from my sponsors. This, don't forget, this is Safa Guest House and Event Center. We have a very big seating capacity for all occasions, and also we have bar, we have gym, we have double rooms and more for any kind of events and occasions. Being it you want a cool place to relax, please, it's very affordable. Our chefs too are very fantastic, so come and then get a good treat from us. Let's take a word. We'll be right back on the show. Welcome back from the break. This is Celebrity Hub, and you can follow us on all social media platforms. That's Celebrity Hub Show and Jerina Jefa as well on all the platforms. Today is another amazing day. We know this is Ghana month. Yes, we deem it as a great honor to put our culture first, promote Ghana, think about Ghana, talk about Ghana, and nobody else. And we have with us a member of Justice for Ghana, and also he is a well-known political analyst, yes, for that matter, and a selfless one as such. That's Honorable Selorm Dramani Selorm, yes, on the show. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ifa.
Yes.
It's been a while.
But you're very fat too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, you're very fat.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Really?
Then
you're very fat.
Really?
There is change in government, so.
Or maybe because of the air that is blowing or has started blowing.
The air is good, eh?
Yeah, because we are in an environment where nobody is looking over their shoulders to see who is there to harm them, especially if you're an activist. An activist whose views are contrary to the views of
now when you talk, you are safe.
Yes, you don't entertain that apprehension or fear that somebody will come after you.
Okay.
You don't entertain that. So I suspect that is what is behind it.
Yes. Well, I think our fellow Ghanaians are watching.
Yeah, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa.
Yeah, we've missed our former president a bit. Let me say that way.
Him. I haven't.
No. The nation's address. Come on. We all enjoyed it, you know.
I enjoy his oratory, his oratorical skills.
Okay.
Yeah, when it comes to that, nobody can take that one away from him. Yes. He's good when it comes to oratory. Yes. Very good.
Very good.
He speaks brilliant English. Yes. Brilliant English. With, inspiring motivational expressions, but that couldn't work for us.
All glitters.
Not all that glitters gold, as they say.
Okay, so as we said, this is Ghana month, so I think we need to think about us.
I wish him well. If he's watching this program, I wish him well.
But it's been a long time we heard from him.
No, I read something on his page. I think yesterday or so.
Yes.
He congratulated the one leader who was just elected. I think a European leader, maybe German something. Okay. He congratulated that leader. Yes. And I read it on his page. But I realized the commenters, those who commented on that post, they were still, critical of him.
Wow.
So that should tell him the harm he has caused these people, majority of Ghanaians.
But at least Ghanaians voted.
Yeah, what happened on December 7th to me was not it wasn't a surprise to me. I long predicted that. I said that John Mahama will win. And John Mahama's victory will not just be about people, the love people had for him, but will just be out of frustration and anger and disappointment. So people will troop to the polls and vote for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I was just about some few days ago, Facebook had to share that, send me that memory. What I said about the election, as far back as February.
I remember you.
Yeah, as far back, yes, and I said it that he was going to win. He was going to win. Wow. He was going to win hands down, and that was when I told you that I was even the time I appeared on your couple of occasions when I appeared on your show. You told me when he should come back. I was even having a bushy hair. Yes. Yes. So for 4 years I had my hair bushy and kempt. You understand? Waiting for John Mahama's victory to be sworn in to office on 7th January. On that Tuesday. We were there. It was just exactly. So it came to pass, 7th January 2025. I shaved my head. And it was everywhere. I saw this live video on Facebook. I was so like, just to tell Ghanaians that we criticized Nana Addo, we took Nana Addo's administration or regime on, not because we hated him, but just that the direction he was leading our country to was not the best. Yeah, it wasn't fair to the citizens. Exactly. And what we did, especially what I did, let me speak for myself, what I did was purely out of conviction. That is my politics. I don't do partisan politics. I've never even attempted joining a political party. I see political party like a cult. So this partisan thing, you don't even I don't have like it. Any aim to... No, I don't like it. I've been doing this activism for more than about 25 years now. I started this in around 1999-2000. Yes. Yes, but I've never made an attempt to join a political party because political parties, they have not evolved as our politics should be. Our politics has evolved. The actors, those in there, they still are beholden to their political parties. They love their political parties much more than the country Ghana. No, the country Ghana. Okay. The country Ghana. And for some reason, they have succeeded in indoctrinating the people that they can only succeed when they join a political party. So if you are not a member of a political party, you struggle. You will struggle in this country. So I have been doing this thing for a long time because they know this guy, this is just his stance. His politics is born out of conviction. So there's no way he will join a political party. So if he's not going to join... As for that one, everybody knows it. Yeah, so if he's not going to join a political party, it will be difficult for government to even say, okay, I'm extending or giving you this favor. Because the thing is that even when that favor is given you, you will still speak your mind. Yes. I will still speak my mind. And that is what I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose that. Because if the things are not going well, I should be able to say it. No. That this thing, I don't like it. Speak out. But when you join a political party, I bet you can do it. No, those you see in political parties that appear credible to you, their credibility will be more, or their level of sense of honesty will be much more appreciated if they were not in political parties. Because political parties, they are hamstrung. Yes. They are inhibited. It restricts you from a lot of things. Exactly. You see, but that is what we have adopted to be part of our democracy. But the Constitution of Ghana doesn't say that you must, if you want to do politics, you must necessarily be a member of a political party. Political party, to me, when you even look at the Constitution, it's an afterthought. Because political parties, especially in Africa, they are so parochial and narrow-minded. It's about the party. As for the narrow-minded thing, is something there. Yeah, so even if you move from the realm of politics or partisanship, there's what is also gaining grounds now, and it has actually taken root. That is this godfatherism. Godfatherism. As for that, godfatherism. So godfatherism. So if you don't have a godfather, yes. So you have a godmother, you have a godfather. If you don't have a godmother, if you don't have a godfather, and you are in a political party, you struggle because your godfather is in there. You don't have a godfather. So you must have somebody with an enormous clout and influence in the political party. Yes. Somebody who calls the shots. Somebody whose voice is listened to by the powers that be. If you don't have, you will struggle. You will struggle. Just like what you see, what we did.
You see, this godfather, godmother thing. Okay, I won't say I'm just going to restrict it to the political angle. It's everywhere.
Every sphere of life.
It's everywhere, because waking up one morning as a little girl, pursuing my dream as a journalist. I know in journalism, way back in school, we know something called role model.
Sure.
Yes. But all of a sudden, I just attended 1, 2, 3 seminar. Godmother, godfather, god sister, everything. I was like, Cho. So it's becoming too much.
Yeah.
Meaning, if I don't know anybody, I'm not going to be recognized in the society.
It's not even you knowing the. It's not about knowing the person. It is about the person knowing you. So if the person doesn't know you, forget.
Definitely, if you know me, I'll get to know you as well.
No, when you know someone, for instance, lot of Ghanaians know John Dramani Mahama.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Maybe your cameraman knows John Dramani Mahama, but does John Mahama know your cameraman? Does he know you?
Not.
He doesn't know you. It is only when John Mahama knows you, that is when you know you have some weight. You understand? But if the John Mahama doesn't know you, and you know him, that doesn't come with any advantage. The advantage or benefit only comes when His Excellency John Mahama knows you.
Yes.
When the Chief of Staff knows you. When the presidential staffers they know you. So when you place a call that you want to visit them, they allow you to come there. Or you have access to that place. But if they don't know you and you know them, that one you will struggle.
You are not going anywhere.
You are not going anywhere. So that is the nature. That is the nature of the politics we do here. It is not about. It is not about a competence or brilliance per se. It is not about that. It is about the connection, how well connected you are into the system. That is what will make you succeed in a political arena. If you are not well connected, forget about it. The last 8 years when we have been fighting Akufo-Addo, I had never connected myself to any godfather, because with the politics I was doing, my activism in the system was about, or fighting Akufo-Addo was purely out of conviction. That I realized that the gentleman was leading our country into disarray. He has put Ghana onto a perilous path of decline and decay, and something must be done about it. So it was that thing that fueled me. So the conviction was actually rooted in that thing, that this man and his people must be kicked out, they must be dislodged.
Sure. And with where you are, I hope when surely the new government's in power, which we all know he has experienced, but we know the chaos at hand right now, and we are hoping he should help. So with what you people did last year, I'm hoping some will be done here in case of emergency.
But you mean like to take His Excellency John Dramani Mahama?
No, for instance, Ghanaians voted out of anger and Ghanaians voted out of anger. Ghanaians voted out of frustration and disappointment. Yes. Some became disillusioned. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but for instance,
if for instance His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's administration takes a decision that is not in sync with the mood
of the country.
Of course, we need to. But one thing that I can foresee happening in the 4 years, in these 4 years, is that the gentleman in the helm of affairs is a listening leader.
Yes, Mahama listens.
Is a listening leader.
Yes.
So Mahama's character traits, are such that it will be difficult for me to hit the streets shouting horse, going all out after John Mahama, that will be difficult. Yeah. It will be difficult, not that I have been compromised in any way.
No.
You understand? But just that the person, you see, the person in the helm, the one steward in the sheep, the one shepherding us, is a listening person. Is a listening leader. Yeah. So once he's a listening person, I'm sure whatever we suggest to him,
he tries to
will wait, because the thing is that when you suggest something to a leader to do, the leader is not bound to do what you, the follower, suggest. But the leader is bound to listen to you and weigh whatever you are suggesting against what he's proposing to do. So if the leader still thinks that, no, what I want to do will be in the interest of the country and time will vindicate him, the leader can go ahead. But not when it is glaringly clear that this thing is wrong, and you are hell-bent on doing it. That one I will be his guest.
So I
will always be his guest.
I know you'll be his guest.
You know the entrance there. the Revolutionary Square, where we had been attempting to do our thing, but Akufo-Addo and the police had always said.
Because according to what you're saying, I know a lot of Ghanaians will agree with me. Before the election, they were like, the former president asked for him when he say anything, he doesn't listen. He doesn't listen.
Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. No, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo was a tone-deaf leader. Yeah, he acted. We spoke to, or for the last 8 years, we had been speaking to a brick wall. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, the last 8 years, Ghanaians have been speaking to a brick wall, and that brick wall have been removed. We have removed that brick wall. So now we have somebody who is sensitive, somebody who is responsive to the mood of the people, who is gauging the mood of the people. But the thing is this, that shouldn't prevent him from taking tough decisions. Because there are times when you must take tough decisions which may not resonate well with the people, but you know that this thing in the long run will benefit the people. But you don't come in and then, this is what Ghanaians want. This is what Ghanaians want, so you'll be doing. No. Ghanaians may want something, but that may not be good.
And at the end, they will come after you.
Exactly. You understand? So now, what John Mahama has done so far, he has displayed, or he's displaying something that he knows what time it is.
And for us, he is an experienced person.
Yes, and for instance, I contested in Central Town constituency as an independent parliamentary candidate.
I'm aware we discussed that even when you did on
exactly.
the show,
I told you.
Exactly.
Exactly. So I contested as independent parliamentary candidate, and I campaigned for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Wow.
Yes, because obviously he was the one I was going to vote for, and the last 8 years I'd been campaigning for that person. So I took a decision to run independent. That shouldn't prevent me in any way from campaigning for him. So I campaigned for him, and I espoused and emphasized his sterling qualities, his endearing qualities as a leader, that he's humble, he's a listening person, he's empathetic, he's compassionate, and above all, experienced. And looking at where Akufo-Addo had taken this country to, Akufo-Addo Bawumia had taken the country to, the country was mired in misery. Okay, we were wallowing and struggling to get out of misery and untold economic hardship.
But I hope recently you saw the letter, the address going around from Bawumia.
Yes, I read it. That's the beauty of democracy. That how many months out of office he has found his voice, and that is great. No, that is the change. No, that is the. No, I'm serious about that.
Yeah. I really agree with you.
When I read the thing.
Yes.
I think it was in the night when I saw the post and I read the press release. I read it, and I was bemused, and I said, okay, then time has vindicated us, because we prayed for a time like that, when somebody like Bawumia will find his voice to speak. And he had found his voice to speak.
Oh, yeah.
So that means that is the change we voted for. The change we have brought now is a change that is accommodating and tolerant.
Good. So, because I quite remember, before, when he was going for his political tours and all that, there was one particular one he wanted to sit with the media and also the musicians and all that to talk. When some of them threw questions to him, asking him, is he going to scrap away the e-levy when he is
elected as the president of the Republic?
And why is it that for now that he is the vice president, he has not scrapped it? Becoming the president, will you scrap it? And you see, from the way he spoke, you can clearly see that he's been also controlled by the certain president then, and he had nothing to do. But you and I know even the vice president's wife was the one who caught the e-levy cake.
Yes, I remember.
So clearly, looking at what he just wrote recently means there was something restricting him from doing it.
No, I don't buy that. That is something that African politicians must learn. And you see, what makes the Western democracy so beautiful is that sense of, or one of the things that make the Western democracy so beautiful is that there's a sense of resignation.
Okay.
When you, that culture, not sense, that culture of, there's a culture of resignation. When you resign as a public servant. When your conduct in office, even through, maybe you say something that proved to be false, you resign. So if you are vice president and your boss takes decisions that at variance with the mood of the people or the desire or aspirations of the people, you must tell your boss that this decision is wrong. If your boss still insists to carry that, you resign. And that is all we learn to do.
So he should have,
and that is what I expect.
Action.
No, you resign from the administration. That will make you credible.
Yes.
You see, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, let me use this opportunity to even say this thing to him. For him to even win sympathy of Ghanaians, he must do the needful. That is to come out boldly to tell Ghanaians that they are actually taking decisions that have affected them. They realize that the vote, the vote against them, they voted against them purely out of, or partly out of anger,
and
frustration,
and more.
And correct. So then he must wear sackcloth and ashes. He must apologize. He must apologize to the good people of Ghana, show contrition and remorse. There we go. But if you don't do that and you want to be taking Mahama on, what will be happening is that some of us will be taking him on while you see he's in opposition, and one doesn't. You see, I don't do it. I don't take opposition people on.
Okay.
But with the conduct of these people in power, will compel some of us to even take them on in opposition.
Wow.
Yes, even though we are not our taxes, the taxes are not going to them. They are not the ones in charge of our taxes, but we will take them on because of the harm, the damage they have caused this country. We will take them on. You see, so come out, tell us that you have realized your mistakes, you have realized the bad decisions, that the effect of the bad decisions or bad decisions that you took while in office, and you apologize. Then you come clean. You are patched. You see, when they come with an apology, or you see, sincere, profound apology, public one, rendered to us, we can forgive them, and they will be purged of their sins.
And you see, from the scratch, you said something about being in a political party, how it also pull you from making certain things clear.
Yes, because you are. It's a court. Ours is a court. No, you see, our political parties are courts.
Okay.
They are courts. You can't speak your mind independently, objectively. When you take that risk,
you have to be out.
Yes, they will set their attack dogs on you. They will label you as a mole.
To the party.
Yes, they will say you are a disloyal person. You don't believe in the tenets of the political party. So they will hound you out. At the point, if you are not hounded out, you yourself, you feel something like you will be without that sense of belonging. They will take it from you. They will take that thing from you. That sense of belonging will no longer be there. Yes, because you have decided to do something or say something that is against the public. Because the party is always keeping people in line.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. You know, and that was what informed my decision to even go independent in Central Town constituency.
Just as A+ did.
Yeah, just as A+ did. And his constituents did well by voting for him. For the good people of Central Town constituency. Maybe at the time, I was preaching my message to them because I was actually going against a tradition.
Okay.
I was going against a tide. Okay, so the tide there is that we vote for the NDC. You see, so it's NDC area. So since it's NDC area, you are going independent. And at the time, there was that yearning for the NDC or clamoring for the NDC, no, the entire country for the NDC to come back.
Yes.
So NDC was enjoying an enormous sympathy. Okay, then you are going independent. So even though they could see clearly that this guy is radically different from the incumbent and will do better than the incumbent, they were kind of restrained. You understand? Like, come on, this guy will make a good...
craving for this.
Yeah, because no community I visited that I was not received well. rousing, that rousing, warm welcome reception was given me. And clearly you hear people expressing their love, admiration for the things but the thing, you see, it's good you have come, but the timing, okay? Because the MP in Central Tom constituency, it constant refrain has been, my party is not in power, my party is not in power, so vote for me. But you see, my inability to perform to your expectation and satisfaction has been that because my party is not in power, so vote for me. When you vote for me and my party comes to power, I will perform. So people listen to Destin and they voted for him. So there's a huge expectation now. You see, that, okay, you said your party, when your party comes to power, you perform. So now we have handed you that then. And I also helped him by campaigning for his party's candidate, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. You understand? John Mahama won with an overwhelming majority. So people are looking up, okay, so now perform, let's say. Okay? So for the independent thing, I think Ghanaians should start doing that thing. Independent will do. Independent will do. I want to even see a vibrant independent presidential candidate. Not the ones who paraded themselves in the 2024 election. Those ones, yeah. Forget about those ones. Those ones, yeah. No. I was somebody like a radically different, vibrant person.
Yes.
Yeah, who has been speaking for the Ghanaian people, who has been like in the trenches with the Ghanaian people, who always fighting for the Ghanaian people, that person going independent. Well, I want to say a nationalist. Okay, not those ones who have, you know, like they have been with their political parties and maybe out of some frustration or disagreement, then they decided to jilt their party or defect from their party to go independent. Those ones, I don't take them credible. They are not credible people. They are
okay, so let's take a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we are going to sit and then talk much about the coming back of the NDC party. It's just 4 years. What we are expecting and also what they are also looking up to from us. We will be right back. Welcome back from that quick break. It's Celebrity Hub right here on Mass TV, and also log on to our YouTube channel, that's DFTV channel, and you are enjoying massive content over there. Okay, so speaking to Honorable Selorm Dramani Jamado, and we want to cut across certain issues and review them as well concerning the coming back of the NDC, the appointees, and more expectations as well. Okay, so coming back from the break, finally, NDC is back. Yeah,
and I will say Alhamdulillah.
Yes,
Alhamdulillah, NDC is back. Aren't you happy NDC is back?
Oh,
okay. Let me not put you on the spot because of what you do. Even if you are.
Oh no! Even what I do does not restrict me from my right.
So you're happy NDC is back?
Oh yes, I'm very happy. I'm super proud.
Say Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, NDC is back.
I'm very happy.
John Mama is back.
Yes.
Yes.
And we are enjoying everything. So NDC is back. Ghanaians are happy. You can see straight from the inauguration and even the day they won. And even before the declaration, Ghanaians themselves were...
Not even the inauguration. The number of votes.
It was just exceptional.
Thank you. And some of us predicted
And the election itself too went cool and calm.
Yes.
So looking at it and now, let's go straight to the point. Just some few months in the office. What do you have to tell the sitting president?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Jifa. And, it escaped me entirely. It has always been my want to start my interview by saying good morning or whatever, say
good
top of the day or top of whatever to your cherished viewers and listeners. Okay. But this one escaped me entirely. So let me use the opportunity to say top of the day to your viewers, your esteemed, cherished viewers who watch your program with that admiration. Jiva, you called me or addressed me as honorable. That is not a title I like. So don't use it.
Oh, I use
I'm
that
comrade.
because
Just say
yes,
comrade.
I know you were a comrade.
You just say comrade. Don't add honorable to my title.
Okay.
Say comrade. Selorm Dramani Dramado.
Okay.
The honorable thing, I don't like.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like it. That one is for members of parliament. I understand that is how they address themselves in the house.
So you don't like it?
No, it's too for me.
But what if one day you are to like it by force?
No, the thing is this. Usually we are on set now.
Oh yeah.
And you address me as comrade.
Yes.
So from here, maybe the next television program or whatever, then people start comrade. So when you get into the house, people will just call you comrade because of what I do. My style of politics, it's comrade. You see, that is the title that goes with the kind of politics I do.
Okay.
It's not socialism. Okay, so now you say social democracy.
Yes.
You understand? So that is the kind of politics I do. Politics for the masses. So politics for the masses, I cannot be, I like the comrade one. Comrade connotes action.
Actions.
And honorable connotes...
You and this action spirit.
Yes, that is me.
Yes. When you talk action, you eat action.
Yes, I'm action-oriented person. I like action.
Okay.
Me, I want action.
Okay.
That's why I don't like people who are slow. Yeah, I don't like... I want people who are action. You've got to be... You understand?
I think my cameraman needs to be action man.
No, your cameraman, your handsome cameraman.
Hey, really?
Yeah, lady, you got to. Okay, ladies hardly say that it's bad.
Okay.
So he's a handsome man.
Okay. You know,
it's difficult for you to say.
In Ghana, every slim guy is a handsome man. No, if he could have, if he was having a pot belly, I don't think you could go by that way. Or
you can still have pot belly and be handsome, have good looks. So Jifa,
he's 32 teeth out because she says so. So let's continue.
But he's blushing and shrinking.
Yes.
Okay. Your viewers will be struggling to know exactly what is happening.
Oh yeah, you can bring the application.
So because they can see, he's a handsome man. But I am straight though. I am straight because he's a fellow man. So once I'm saying he's handsome, and I'm a political activist too. So I'm straight. Jifa, let me put it on record that I am straight.
Yes.
I am.
And I love straight people.
I'm straight. I am not.
No, you don't have to be.
I don't belong to the other group.
No.
I am straight.
No.
When I say the other group, you know the group.
Sure, I know the group.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so coming back to the NDC.
So NDC is back. John Mahama is back with bang. John Mahama is back with bang.
Okay.
Yes, because John Mahama, I think he will leave office as a fantastic leader because he's a history-making political figure.
He has.
He's a history-making political figure. And he said something a couple of weeks ago. No, I don't know whether it was during his campaign. It was a video, a clip I saw.
Okay.
And he said he had been president before. He had been vice president before. So what would he need money for? And the state will take care of him till he dies. So this time around, it's just for him to make name, to do, to work in the interest of Ghana. That statement, kind of increased my love for him. It increased my love for him. That is what I want our leaders to do. The political actors. I don't want the political, arena to be like it's a class. Now it's a class.
Yes.
You see, and it's an elite class.
Yes.
It's an elite class,
yes.
And that is what we must fight. We should fight. You see, we should use this system to fight. Or this moment to fight politicians, exactly, to make politicians, people centered. People centered. They should always act in the interest of the people they're seeking to represent or they are representing. That is what I say in John Dramani Mahama. I have no doubts on my mind that John Mahama will perform to the expectation and satisfaction of Ghanaians.
Yes.
But John Mahama is not an infallible leader. He's a human being. He's fallible. He has all the trappings of infallibility. But I am confident and optimistic that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will do far better than the person he has succeeded. the person has succeeded. Because the person has succeeded, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, will figure in history. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will figure in history as an opposition leader who called a sitting president Professor Doolittle. And when it was his turn to become president of this country, he became Nana Do Nothing. President Do Nothing. That is how he will figure in history.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the appointees. All of a sudden, you know, when there is a change in government, there is a lot that takes place. So we have different faces and people who the new government thinks they are relevant, good enough, and they are good for the tax ahead. So what do you have to tell the appointees elected in office? And secondly, about some of the utterances made by the president. For instance, you know this popular one, which is everywhere, about them not going for business class and all that. So what do you have to say about the appointees in general? Are you happy about that?
Okay, appointees, yes, so far so good. But to say that they are the relevant ones, no. They are the ones that the president now believes that they can help him achieve his goals for this country.
Okay.
And the president is going to be in office for 4 years.
Okay.
So within the 4 years, things definitely there will be a lot happening within the 4 years. Within the 4 years, a lot will be happening within the 4 years.
A lot, like, as in?
Oh, as in the president, John Dramani Mahama will not be the type of president who will refuse to reshuffle, do a reshuffle, to reshuffle his government or his appointees. You understand? Because that thing is important. Even if you are doing well, there are times where you look at the people and say, no, this person now will be, great here if he's appointed to this ministry. This person should go here. It gives some air of it gives some fresh air. It breathes some fresh air into the system. So that is it. So that is why I say, if you are NDC person or NDC supporter or member and you are not part of the current appointees, don't worry. No. I've also done a lot to also deserve appointment from this administration. Yes. You understand?
Yes.
Because there are people, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has appointed, who were non-known members of the NDC. They never even campaigned boldly for John Dramani Mahama, but he has given them appointment. And me, I was all over the place campaigning for John Dramani Mahama. No media opportunity was offered to me that I never mentioned John Mahama's name. You understand? I mentioned his name. I didn't hide the neutrality to say Akufo-Addo is bad, Akufo-Addo is bad.
No.
Without telling Ghanaians that, okay, Bawumia is bad. The person who can do the job is John Mahama.
Yes.
That was what I did. I stated it clearly, my favorite in
it came with facts.
Exactly. You understand? So he has appointed those ones, the neutrals. He has appointed some of them. So those ones, they clearly didn't campaign for John Dramani Mahama. They were just fudging. Some of them were just fudging issues. You understand? Like, sometimes you struggle to think where they actually belong. Some of them have been, they have gotten appointments. I have not been appointed to any position, and it's not one of the things that I desire.
Sure,
it's not one of,
you are there for the country.
Exactly. So mine is to see whether the president is on the right track.
Yes.
If the president is on the right track, mine is to tell the president you are doing well. But the point is that, you see, as John Mahama is making, because he's not done with his appointment stuff, he's still appointing people. If it's done, one appointment he will not give. There is one that he will not give. And that is what I will take up. There is one appointment the president will not make. You know the appointment.
And what is that appointment?
That appointment is to appoint somebody to be pointing out his shortfalls. He will not make any such appointment.
And that is what you are interested in?
Yes, that is what I'm interested in doing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So what will you tell John Dramani Mahama?
So he said, no, that is what I would love to do.
But can you convince him?
Mr. President, yes. By now, John Mahama should know that this guy is an ultra nationalist. You understand?
As for that,
yeah. So
nobody can take that.
Yeah. So I speak my mind freely, without let or hindrance, or no matter whose axis is God in the process. I speak my mind. So if the president, for instance, is done with appointing his people, the various officers, mine is just to tell the president that, Mr. President, all these people you have appointed now, they will just be singing your praises. They will just be praising you. Okay, giving you that adulation, applause. Okay, you need somebody who will be critical of the decisions you take.
Oh, yeah.
To also be pointing out those ones, and you must listen to them. Because you are better off having critics than praise singers.
You know, my mom used to tell me one thing. You know, when you are in a class or in an office space or you find yourself somewhere that you only receive praises, you don't receive critics, it's very dangerous.
It is.
Because I found I had an issue. I had to go lean on her for advice, and she was like, hey, when people come to you, you treat them well and they go blushing you. You should be happy because you are doing the right thing. But if they come to you, you treat them well and they praise you well and they are laughing with you, it's very dangerous. Yeah. So I think what you are saying is very super. I don't think we all need people who could just be praising us all the time. Somebody who can hit you hard, tell you the truth.
But it's human nature is such that we don't like to be criticized. Yes, that's a human nature. We all like our egos to be,
But you know, we need to massage certain things.
But that's you see. So people come, they see their leaders, and if the leader is naked, they find it difficult to tell the leader, you are naked. You see, it's difficult for them to say.
Because in our normal daily lives, you know, sometimes you can stay with one auntie of yours who was so rude to you. You thought she was treating her kids very well, she doesn't like you. But all of a sudden, you see you are making the waves in the nearby future. And then you will be making some utterances with her name to your generations that I stay with one of my wicked auntie and she's the one who made me who I am today. Forgetting those days you didn't appreciate it. You see? So, in a nutshell, I think we need to sit with people. I think sometimes we need to sit with people who will defend us at our back, but not really per se that always. Yes. Okay. Sometimes some people need to destroy our backs more.
Okay.
Yes.
But you see, without critics in your life, you can't make progress because
it's challenging.
You need them to always be putting you on your toes.
Sure.
So His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, so far so good, but just that he should tame the hawks in his party.
Okay.
You see, where we've gotten to the stage where it's not only your political party members who will make you a president of this country.
Oh no, definitely not.
Correct. So people like us who are not in a political party, whose decision to vote, it's purely based on
the success of the country.
Exactly. So there are people within the NDC now. Within the NDC now, who you can clearly tell that they are trying to mount pressure on the president to retaliate. I didn't vote for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to retaliate. No, I didn't vote for him to retaliate. I voted for him to raise the bar of good governance.
Great standard.
Exactly. So that posterity will judge the one he has succeeded harshly. He should raise the bar. For instance, Akufo-Addo, through his communication officer, the communication minister, closed down some radio stations in Ghana.
Many.
Okay, so it was a decision that didn't sit well with some of us.
Okay.
We condemned that decision.
Okay.
We denounced the leadership of Nana Akufo-Addo for taking that decision to close down radio stations that were not pro-NPP. You understand? because those stations were regarded or perceived as pro-NDC stations. I remember my Radio Gold, for instance. Radio Gold was closed down just out of vindictiveness. It was a vindictive decision by the Akufo-Addo administrative regime to close down Radio Gold. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he condemned that decision as well. He condemned it and promised that he would not close down radio stations should he be given the opportunity again to state the affairs of this country. His Minister for Communication has just closed down some radio stations.
Exactly. That is what I was about to tell you. Because I have the press release I can even put on the screen.
Yes. He has closed down some radio stations. Which a decision contrary to what the president said when he was in opposition. That is not the kind of politics we want to celebrate in this country. We want politicians to be honest. We want to take people. We want to take politicians and their words to the bank. We don't want to be. You see, cynicism is not something we enjoy. So if politicians want to just make us look like we are born cynics, we are skeptical. No, it is decisions like this. You see, throughout the campaign, I don't think John Mahama had visited any community and the people there told him that the existence of radio stations or some radio stations
were bad or
operating without, or having expired authorization was affecting their lives. I never heard any member and anybody in any community saying this thing to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Okay? So, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama should rein in some of the hawks, you understand, in his party. Otherwise, they will end up doing some of the very things that we condemned under Nanado. They will be doing it in NDC. And you know what will be deluding them? It will be the constant showering of praises. They will be lavishing praises on them. That, hey, Minister, you are back, you are doing the job. But you know what? Those who actually make you take decision of this country for politician or whoever wants to be the president to win, those people will not vote for your party because they will think that your party has lied their way through power. That's it. So if the minister, Sam George, if he's listening to me, I think I'm older than him, so I can offer him this advice. I've been in the political space before he came, so I can do this. Because if I decided to join a political party by now, I would have also risen through the ranks by now, very far. Thank you. So I can offer him this advice. You see, age. A year of age, it can make huge difference in people's maturity. There were things that I used to, be excited about in the political space. These days, I don't do. So when I see people, hey, why is your mama, this person is MPP, this person is that. Those things don't get me excited anymore. But some years back, I would be livid, angry, and sounding such that this guy is angry. But this time around, why? Is that person Ghanaian? Is he competent to do it? Does he have a sense of honesty? Yes, if he has, let him do the job.
Of course.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because if you don't do that, then it will be like we are moving in vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And we are moving in vicious cycle. For instance, some people appointed during the Akufo-Addo's whatever, when he was leaving office, he had recruited some people into the public sector.
Yes.
And now there's a letter revoking their appointment.
Yes, that they should
go.
Resign.
So clearly, Dramani will not be excited about a decision like that. Can we do some audit? Because especially when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, during his campaign, said clearly, not under any form of duress, that he will not sack anybody employed under Akufo-Addo. He said this. So when you do a juxtaposition of what he said while on the campaign platform and in the face of the revocation letter, cannot see it.
It does not beat together.
Can we find an innovative, imaginative way of just maintaining those recruited
people? You just have to make
and
sure
then find a way of appointing ours as well, because that was what he said, that he will leave those people there and appoint his people. Okay.
So why?
Especially when the campaign, at the heart of our campaign was creating jobs for the people, creating employment for the teeming youth. And now some of them have gotten job, and we are now revoking their appointment or recruitment. It doesn't square up
to what you said.
Exactly. Because then obviously you are listening to the hawks in your party. Look, political victory can be very it can make you think you'll be in power forever.
You are the top of your game.
No, especially this kind of victory. It can delude you into thinking that the NDC will be in power for 30-something years. That's what it does. You understand? But to say to the president that, Mr. President, you have gone into the psychology of Ghanaians and have discovered that Ghanaians have short memories.
Sure. Sure.
And we have, because, look, very soon you will see some people who took issues with Akufo-Addo who will start praising him very, very soon.
That one is clearly...
Yes. You understand? That is if things are going well. So radio station, closing down radio station, not even... just about how many months into your administration, and that is the decision you think.
And even your first stand at the office, is this the first decision?
Decision you have taken. And you know that thing has affected the radio station in my area.
Of course.
Yes, Dela Radio. Dela Radio is the only station in Central Tong constituency, the district. That is the only radio station. And it's the only radio station that people rely on for information. And that radio station, the kind of things that the radio station did for the NDC, it's so ironical that the NDC will come to power and close down a radio station like that, thanks to the hasty decision by Sam George. No. The thing is, you see, when you are in the political arena, we have people who are more fiery and have that fury than you have.
Sure.
Just that you have your access, your access to power and the largesse of the state. That is when you think you are bold. Oh.
You make your head big.
No, I'm bold that you are brave. If you are brave, forget about the trappings of power. Forget about the trappings of power and do what the likes of Dramani do in the streets. You understand? Because as for us, look at the struggle it took me to even come to this place. I had to be looking for direction, look at jumping from taxi, hopping from taxi to taxi, coming to this place.
And all that.
But some of them, they will come here with some of their bodyguards, and you understand?
Yes.
And they want to put up that thing like they are. No. You see, what we need now, we need to be taking reflective decisions, thoughtful decisions,
for the next generation.
Well thought out decisions. Not hasty ones.
No.
Otherwise, you roll back the gains we have made.
Just like, I just got in power, let me do it.
No, you will receive praises from those sycophants who are seeking favors from you.
In your party.
Within your party. They will be praising you. This interview, for instance, if it gets to him, you will be angry, perhaps because of his age. But when he becomes older, he will appreciate what I'm saying today.
Okay.
Let me say something to you. You saw you saw Jerry Rawlings.
Yes. Yes.
Some few years before he passed on.
Yes.
His demeanor.
He was very calm.
Always so he became like somebody who hated the NDC and like playing this thing with MPP. You understand? He appeared to some people like that. Okay, as a Jerry Rawlings fan, what I learned from that thing was that okay, so it gets to a point where you become a statesman. You see, when you become a statesman, partisanship reduces, it declines, it wins completely.
Even your mentality changes.
It changes. It's about the country.
Yes.
So when those hawkish in your party, they are shouting, "Oh, Mr. President, say something," you just see them and you say, "Oh, you to your turn will come." You see, that's what is happening. John Mahama, for instance, I didn't campaign for Sam George. I didn't campaign for the appointees of John Dramani Mahama. It was John Dramani Mahama I campaigned for. I touted the sterling leadership skills of John Dramani Mahama. Okay, I touted his knowledge about good governance.
Oh yeah.
I touted his sense of humility, his sense of empathy, compassion. I touted those. I didn't tout those things about his appointees because I didn't even know who he will appoint. You understand? So I couldn't have even campaigned for those individuals. You understand?
Yeah.
It was John Dramani Mahama I campaigned for. So one would expect, reasonably so, that John Mahama's decision in appointing people will reflect his own values and character traits. But sometimes you need the hawks to do some few things for you.
Yes.
You understand? But the hawks must be tamed. You see, they must be reined in order not to destroy the gains we are making. You understand? This closure of radio stations. Go to Central Town, for instance. It's because, you see, if Central Town, for instance, were like anti-NDC area by now, you would have been seeing demonstrations because people are even contemplating actions like that.
Yeah. People are even thinking
look,
too.
The old ladies, the old men in my constituency,
that is what they use.
They are the La Radio. Me, I don't work at the La Radio, but the course coming to me. Oh, Dramani, but what you people have done there is not good at all. This is the La Radio station people use. You use the station against NPP. Now you came back to power and you have closed down the station. As if I work with the La Radio and
it's yours.
Correct, and I work with the government. No, set decisions completely. You know, it's not in sync with the mood of the people.
Oh, sure. If
the authorization allowing the radio stations to operate has expired, there should be a nice way of doing that thing.
Oh yes, even sometimes this revenue authority.
Not this one. Just how many months into office or weeks into office, and the first decision is to close down the La Radio. So let me use this. The Honorable Minister for Communication, Mr. Sam George. You are a young, vibrant guy, very intelligent, but I think your decision to close down those radio stations, it's a hasty one, and you must revise the decision to close down those stations, because what is happening in the country now, or what people are saying about that decision, is that it's a hasty decision. When you go to, let me give you an example, Mr. President, Mr. Minister, go to Central Town constituency, for instance. The NDC, if we were to vote today, just closing down the La Radio would have affected the NDC's votes there. It would, because some people would just say, the NDC has also deceived us. So look at the decision again, and then you revise it. Just revise the decision. It's important. We didn't vote for the NDC to do the things we condemned during the Akufo-Addo regime. We voted for the NDC to raise the bar, to tell the Akufo-Addo this is what we call good governance. So radio stations with expired authorization find an ingenious, innovative, imaginative way of dealing with them, because radio station, it's part of, because the radio station, that is the fourth estate of the realm. They are so important. They are central to the good governance culture we want to build in this country.
Sure. Okay. So
you can see me getting worked up about this radio station.
I would like us to take a quick break, and then after the quick break, we will come back and then treat something within this conversation again. Coming back from that quick break, yes, we are talking about the coming back of NDC with our awesome commemorate Selorm, Dramani Jamado. And what I can say now also is that humbleness and self-discipline is the key. We can see that a lot in the current president as well. But what we want to say to the appointees here, some should also calm down with the pride and arrogance attitude they are portraying. It's too much. Try and listen to the people, and also remember your words during the campaign. So let's try and then wrap up on our conversation so early. And as a member of Justice of Ghana, I know you people are just observing things, watching things from afar, and taking your stance ahead. Yes. What's your final words to the appointees, and also your expectations as well?
Okay, thank you very much, Jifa. And just to underscore what you said before you asked your question, that humility. You see, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he displays that sense of humility.
Yes, he does a lot.
Yeah, he displays that sense of humility. You can see that he has created a wide gulf between himself and pride and arrogance. So if you are an appointee of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that is something you must emulate. The president, John Mahama, succeeded. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was a superzealous, haughty leader.
Yeah.
He was haughty. His arrogance was a breathtaking one.
Yeah, it was not even easy to get closer.
Exactly. So there was something His Excellency John Dramani Mahama did. I think that was in January, and he visited a community. I think was it Volta, and the chiefs, they were rising.
When he was on his thank you talk,
yes, correct.
They wanted to rise and then extend greetings to him.
Exactly, and he asked them to sit down.
Yes.
So, which was a sharp contrast to what obtained under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, where chiefs were seated, and then he asked them to rise up before the exchange pleasantries with him. So, His Excellency John Mahama's appointees should emulate the character traits of the leader, John Dramani Mahama. If you're an appointee, I know that it is not, you must not necessarily want to be like your leader or want to be seen as somebody who is cast in stone as in stone as John Dramani Mahama. But the point is, the 21st century, the spirit of the 21st century is one that cherishes sense of humility, sense of compassion,
sense of humor.
Sense of humor, sense of empathy and compassion. So, and John Mahama is an embodiment of all the things I've mentioned.
Yeah.
He embodies those attributes. So if you're an appointee, you must make it a point to be like him, to emulate him, to also be humble, to be compassionate, to be empathetic, to gauge the mood of the people very well before taking your decisions. Because the decisions you take today will ultimately affect
the future
or reflect the electoral fortunes, or will have an effect or impact the electoral fortunes of your party. Okay, these things they culminate okay, into what happens at the polls. You understand? So let me. There's one appointee, the Honorable Haruna Idrisu.
Yes.
The MP for Tamale South.
Sure.
I saw a clip this morning, and they are doing this education forum thing. So a forum on education, how to get to do some reforms within our education sector. So he was with some group of students, and the students openly disagreeing with the minister. And the minister, he told them, no, that is my point. And you have to make your point to convince me that my point is of no moment. If my point is of no moment, I will take your point. I love that. So these are like guys young enough to be his kids, okay? But openly disagreeing with them. They sat on, it was a round table thing, and they were all discussing stuff. The sense of humility being displayed by the Honorable Haruna Idrisu, so endearing.
It was very high.
Good, so endearing. And you see, when you look at a person like that, you have no hesitation at all, or entertain no inhibition to say that the Honorable Haruna Idrisu is humility itself. You understand? He is humility itself.
Because looking at the vetting committee itself, and when some MPs, ministers people were appointed, let me go that way, they were appointed. Come to think of it, let's think just like a rational thinker. Let's go straight and see this. You could realize some appointees could come calmly. Others came so loud, the pride was there, the arrogance and all that, you see. And if you could observe, let's be so truthful to ourselves. Some of them, like Haruna Idrisu, for instance, his vetting couldn't last for even an hour. It was just simple and short. It was not so stressful, you understand me. It was not anything that was disturbing, you understand me. So the same applies to.
But you see, the thing is this: the Honorable Haruna Idrisu.
But others came. They were. I mean, I don't know. It was.
The Honorable Haruna Idrisu has held several ministerial positions before.
Okay.
He was once Minister of Trade and Industry, Minister of Employment and Labor, Minister of Communication, and now Minister of Education. So he has held ministerial positions.
Yeah, almost 4.
And he's an astute politician.
Yes.
You understand? He's an astute politician. So he understands the political system. You see, when he was the youth leader of the NDC, you could clearly tell. One could clearly tell where he was going. So then he became a minority leader. And you know, people who are sober, moderate in the political space, people tend to tag them as belonging to the other group, not truly NDC or not truly MPP, because they are moderate. The Honorable Haruna Idrisu, for instance, recently when he asked the lady who described the MP for Adonjiri, in Sam Adonjiri.
Yes.
The Honorable Anodompre then battled MP because I understand he has some case at the court to do.
Yes. So ongoing.
His parliamentary seat is concerned, or his parliamentary seat is being contested at the court, so he's embattled. When a lady described him as a silly boy, silly boy, the Honorable Haruna Idrisu, on the floor of the House, said that the lady should render public apology to the Anodompre, the minority chief whip. Okay. Some of the NDC guys or members didn't take kindly to that. They didn't take kindly to what they're suggesting by.
They were even wishing the lady could have said more.
Thank you. So, but you see, those are soft issues that tend to affect political party in the long run. Okay, so when those things start rearing their ugly head, they must be nipped in the bud. Those things must be nipped in the bud, because if you don't nip them in the bud now, they will grow and become cancerous. You understand? And that is why these ones to start saying this, and they'll become more acerbic, their language more disrespectful, haughty in their language.
And even some has become.
Thank you. So I'm sure the president will do, because the president, he understands why we voted for him. Okay, so it is for the president to continue to shepherd his flock, that this is the direction we are going. So whoever is not going in the direction the president, if the direction the president wants,
should be sent out of the boat.
Crack the whip, because there are thousands of Ghanaians who are equally qualified to occupy that position.
Sure.
So it is grace that has carried. You see, it is grace that has, smart.
And trust me, as you said, those 4 years, I'm sure there are some people, if they don't take time, the pride and then the arrogance thing in them. Sometimes, you see, compared to one issue I solved in my office, there was someone I employed, and after employing the staff, with media, there are certain things you need to strengthen very well. Trying to discipline the person went reporting to the husband to come and then diss me and insult me. Okay, so looking at that, automatically both of you are on the same scale. How can you grow?
You can.
You can grow. So you don't give public attention to such. You see. So if that person, I'm not saying that person because I watch a lot in the lives of Sam George as well, Honorable Sam George, who is now the communication minister as well. Fine. You know, his vetting took a long time, and it led to a lot. Compared to Harry Naidrusu, we watched everything. I'm a journalist for that matter. I can also review everything here for you to know.
It's not that it's about H2. You see, that's why we call that thing youthful exuberance.
Okay.
You say youthful exuberance because when you are youth, there are things that
the way you think is different.
Yes, and that is why some places. Some societies they hardly give opportunities to certain age because they think that with this person, yes, you may be brilliant, you may be intelligent,
but the age is going to affect things.
Exactly. It is not for anything that they have pegged the age to contest as president in this country at 40. At 40, because 40 definitely when you hit 40, you cannot act like an immature. 40 is a milestone. It's a milestone that reflects a certain admirable levels of maturity you have achieved. So 40 is cool. Okay, some will say that, oh, we have had presidents in other countries who not even up to 40, some 30, some 20, something.
It depends.
But it depends on the society and the kind of values they cherish.
Yes.
This is not a society that cherishes
its value or
cherishes the value of honesty, cherishes value of humility. No, we don't
look at those humility angles and all that.
We don't look. But now things are changing. People want to see that. People want to see.
And all that.
There was a time I made a Facebook post that Ghana is not in short supply of brilliant minds to steer the affairs of this country. Ghana is not in short supply of competent individuals to steer the affairs of this country. What Ghana doesn't have or is struggling to have is to have honest individuals to steer the affairs of this country. That's what we don't have.
Honesty.
Yeah, honesty. Honest and humble. You see, honesty is even an economic factor in economic development.
Oh, yeah.
Correct. A society that is totally bereft or bankrupt of the sense of honesty or value of honesty, that society struggles to develop.
Very.
Yes, because the society will always want to bend rules, always want to cut corners. That society will struggle to develop. Or it will have that sluggish pace of development. And that is what we've been witnessing here. The entire society needs some reorientation. You understand? So, these 4 years, the 4 years under John Dramani Mahama.
Definitely some appointees will be taken out of office.
Oh yes, that's not my prayer though. But the point is, if your conduct in office, it's not in line with the aspirations, desire of the president, the goals the president set out for this country, or to achieve for
definitely we out.
Yeah, the president must muster the courage to kick that person out. Because you see, this is not a president who will come back to us campaigning that vote for me again or who will need your assistance. You understand? Because this is a president. That's why I say he's a
history maker as well.
Sui generis. Like he enjoys some uniqueness. You understand? He's in a different class. John Mahama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in a different class. He's a sui generis. He will not come back to Ghanaians campaigning or seeking our mandate. That is why he must seize the moment to do the right thing for this country, to set this country on a path of progress and prosperity. He can do this thing for us because of his status.
Oh yeah.
He's not a man who will come back in 2028. Will come back in 2028 campaigning, because I know that even some people will disagree with me. Some people want something.
Even this recently we saw this review of constitution and all that.
Constitution review committee.
Yes.
There are people who still want.
Do you think it is okay? Do you agree with them if it should take place?
that the constitution should be tweaked
reviewed and all that
for the president to contest again.
The presidency and all that.
No, it's not. There's a mark of laziness.
It's a mark of laziness.
Oh, it's a mark of laziness that 4 years isn't enough for you. That speaks to even the kind of thinking, because you see, as a Ghanaian, I know if you want to become the president, or if you become the president of this country, you set the face of the country for 4 years. So if you want to be the president of this country, whatever you think you can do for this country, you should be looking at the time frame.
Yes.
Okay, that you are coming to implement or execute this program.
Sure, time is everything.
Within 4 years. So you don't come to power to tell me that the 4 years isn't enough for you. Then that one even speaks to a certain level of incompetence. You understand? Because it means that while in opposition, you didn't even think or plan well. You understand? Because you should know that within 4 years, so if it's just 3 things you want to do for this country, tell Ghanaians that I want to do these 3 things for you within the next 4 years when you vote for me. You don't come up with myriad of promises,
Oh my God!
Avalanche of promises, and when you get to, then you start complaining, lamenting that, oh, it's only 4 years. I used 1 year almost forming my government. Now the no. It's a mark of incompetence, unacceptable one like that. You don't. You don't. Look, U.S. They've been practicing this 4 year thing for so many years.
Oh yeah.
Okay, they didn't start with the 4 years then.
Yes.
Yes, they didn't start with 4 years, but it became necessary for them to peg the distance at 4 years. Okay, so now that is what we have borrowed. That's the culture we have borrowed. Okay, so we've been doing it for about 30 something years now, and we still complain that 4 years isn't enough. If it's 4 years, you want to, if you want to use 4 years, okay, to build a strong agriculture and agribusiness in Ghana. Agriculture and agribusiness in Ghana. If you want to use 4 years and to make Ghana self-sufficient in terms of food, who will fault you? Because when you leave, people will praise you. That within 4 years, this government has been able to make us food, like we are self-reliant when it comes to food and even exporting food. We will praise you. If you want to do massive investment into our health sector by building hospitals or whatever, focus on that. If it's education, focus on that thing. When you leave, we know this is the contribution you have made here. But when you make with so many promises and you come, you tell me 4 years isn't enough. And the point is, people who are even pushing the agenda for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama through some listing to amend that part of the constitution to allow him to contest again.
Okay.
John Dramani Mahama, his nature will not even permit him to do that thing. He will not do it because it will be contrary to his character. You understand? He's democratic because any attempt to change, you see, any attempt to amend the constitution, okay, for him to be able to contest in 2028 will create a lot of problem for his party. Because some people in his party will openly disagree. Take that from me. Of course, because the thing is, you see, don't see yourself.
No, seriously, I know they will disagree, though, but
the thing is, don't see yourself as the depository of knowledge.
Okay.
As the only person who has solutions to the problems confronting us. That's a mistake. If you're a leader, you think in that direction.
No, there are a lot of brilliant people out there.
Thank you. You understand?
Yeah.
So, and
it's more or less like you think you're rich.
And the thing is, you see, nature abhors boredom.
Of course.
Correct. Nature abhors boredom. That is why God, in His own wisdom, created the world such that, you see, now the sun is high. It will get to a time when the sun is the sun sets. We are enjoying another, this thing.
Weather as well.
So maybe it's raining now. The next day it's sunny. That kind of thing. So it makes, you see, life so exciting for us. That's why we say variety is the spice of life. Okay, variety is the spice of life. So nature abhors boredom. If one person from 1996 till date has been on the political scene up to date, you think that same person can be, but some people will not be bored. Even with this one, some people express that thing. You understand? Some people expressed it that your mama again. Me, I campaigned vigorously for him because of what Akufo-Addo and his Baumia and those guys did to this country. In my wisdom and my love for this country, I believe that he was the right person to be giving Ghana to, or to be giving the mandate to state affairs of this country. So at least he will do some few things to take us out of the doldrums. He has just started. And I believe, I'm so confident about it, that he will do it.
Sure.
Oh, he will do it. If he's not doing it.
No. Maybe I also confident.
Or if he's not doing it, you will say, you will raise her.
Yes. You just get to the park then do the necessary.
We'll tell.
Okay, thank you so much for coming.
I mean well for
I really appreciate you for coming always. And this democracy thing of yours is so lovely. And we look forward to also have you in terms they are misbehaving. Yes.
But you mentioned Justice for Ghana as one of the members. I'm actually the convener of Justice for Ghana.
Yes. And the last time you told me now.
Action Network.
Yes.
Ghana Action Network, that is, the leader is Dramani Selorm. Ghana Action Network. Ghana.
Yes.
You know Ghana.
Yes.
You mentioned Ghana.
Yes.
So Ghana Action Network.
Okay.
That's the
so you didn't tell me that one.
Oh, Ghana Action Network. You know Ghana Action Network.
I didn't know when that started for you.
Ghana Action Network was formed sometime in 2023. Ghana Action Network endorsed the BOG demo.
Okay.
The BOG demo, Occupy BOG demo.
Yes.
Ghana Action, we endorse that. Even the demonstration takes hands of our hotels. Hands of our hotels. You know, we organized a press conference.
I know that very well.
Yes.
I was at the conference as well.
Thank you. So that one, a Ghana Action Network, was involved.
Okay, so that's a great one, but I think we need more sit and then talk about that as well.
Thank you very much.
We need more time because I think time is just taking us off. So thank you so much, and also big thanks going out to Ivy Green Photos and Ivy Makeover, SL Clothing, and Safa Guest House and Event Center. Are you looking for a place for your programs and parties during the weekend and more? Reach out to us on all social media platforms, our website as well. Everything is been displayed on the screen. And trust me, we will be at your service to serve you. We have beautiful chefs and then staffs over here. What do you need? Please visit us and let us make it happen. Receive your guests so nicely over here. We are here at the Sapa Valley at SCC Wager, to be precise. Thank you so much for watching Celebrating Up. You can sponsor by calling 0538 773